Believers IAS Academy's career guidance video. So the previous video, the part 1 of the career guidance video, we had talked about a lot of opportunities that a graduate is going to have once you graduate, right? So in the second part of the video, what we are going to look at is specifically at government jobs. So what kind of opportunities that a graduate has, that what kind of opportunities the government is going to provide a graduate with.
So everybody will be aiming to and will dream to be a government officer as well. So we'll see what are the options available in front of us to opt for after we graduate. So the first part of our opportunity goes about SSC.
So SSC or Staff Selection Commission. From the word itself, you can understand the meaning staff. So we are talking about staff. So that means you're going to be appointed as Group B and Group C officers. That is once, for example, in different departments, you're going to be an assistant section officer, inspector, sub-inspector. So when we say inspector and sub-inspector in CBI, vigilance, or even in narcotics bureau, like that, different courses will be there, and also assistant enforcement officer, etc., etc. So these are the kind of positions that you're going to get. So it is so just remember, it is Group B and Group C officer, not Group A officer. So you'll be working under Group A officers.
So the SSC exam, all this parts of SSC examination consist of non-technical and technical. So what is this technical? It will be related to your engineering related subjects. So you could be a SSC JE, that is SSC Junior Engineer. And non-technical, it could be a Delhi SI, and then CPU, SSC CPO, SSC MTS, and are very popular exams such as CGL, CHSL. So this is of 10+2 level, and CGL is of your graduate level. So once you graduate from your colleges, immediately you can apply for this combined graduate level examination. So it is of no difficulty. It is of only mental ability, comprehensions, and then general studies as you study in your UPSC examination. Same thing, but it will be full of facts oriented. So that is how SSC examination is choosing their staff for the grade of Group B and Group C, and the examination is not so tough such that you don't crack it, but it is of a very competitive.
I would say the exam will be tough if you are a person who does not like to mug up a lot of data. I think these exams, since they are objective in nature, your analytical ability is not much required. I mean, it would be required in solving mathematical problems and certain analytical questions, but other than that, you do not have to write your answers and be that much creative.
Yeah, so if you don't like maths, so SSC could not be a good option because it's full of maths and full of facts oriented.
Yes.
So SSC is a very good option for you people to apply for Group B and Group C level. Then
Next one is IB, Intelligence Bureau, and you are going to be appointed as Assistant Central Intelligence Officer. So once you are this officer, then you are going to be appointed in different, you might be appointed in different places and as different roles, but you will be actually working as a espionage guy. I mean, you will be a spy technically. So there are chances where you can be appointed in dangerous places initially, where the threat might be there. So you might want to keep your ID, your profile a little low, but later on you might get a position where you can have a laid back lifestyle.
So basically it's as you being a jasoos out of your home and you spy on others, but you don't reveal your identity. So that is what IBASO means. And you have other exams also, that is of second part, IBACIO. So this is also a basic service level examination where you will have 2 papers. That is of paper 1 would be full of comprehension, mental ability and English. So basically it's of like this itself. General studies, your basic general studies would also be included in this. So what I feel is that if you are a graduate and you are remembering your 10th standard data, your intermediate data, and giving some brush up on the things of current affairs which is happening around you, I guess this would be the easily crackable examinations. So IBACIO is a very easily crackable examination when you are acquainted with the current affairs. And the interest to work in that departments will urge you, or it will take you towards that path. So that is about IBAC.
Yeah, and the IB's training is going to be a little bit hectic. I mean, you are not supposed to use mobile phones and all during that time period. And it is almost like an armed forces training, but it's going to be different because you are going to be selected to be a spy, right? So, and also after being to IB, there is also a chance of you being working in India's external espionage, service like research and analysis wing too.
Drawings also, and you'll have a mains examination, that is descriptive examination, and at last you'll have the interview. So combining the marks of paper 1, that is objective 1, descriptive 1 and interview, the total marks will be allocated and you will get the all India ranks of 1 to 500 or 600, however the vacancy goes about. So this is about IB.
And also once you get into IB, I mean, don't get any ideas that you are going to have a life like a spy that is you're going to see in the movies. It's mostly basically paperwork most of the times.
Yeah, so yeah, that is the ground reality in every work. But what you have to have is the motivation to pursue anything which you like. Then, as a CAPF.
Central Armed Police Forces. So these are, these guys are not actually police and these guys are not actually the military, right? So it was earlier called paramilitary forces. Now it's called as Central Armed Police Forces. Now, this exam, that is CAPF Assistant Commandant exam, when you write this exam, you are going to be an assistant commandant. That you will be also known as company commander. So you are commander of a company. So a company is a group of 135, almost like 130 soldiers, and you're going to be the commander of this 130 people, right? And there will be under you there will be inspectors, sub-inspectors, and so on. And there are actually 5 CAPFs, like actually it's said to be 7 including NSG and the Assam Rifles, but NSG and Assam Rifles are not recruiting assistant commandants through this exam.
Yeah.
Only these 5 forces are recruiting, and you will be posted in border like Pakistan and Bangladesh border if you get into BSF. If it is ITBP, then it will be Indo-Chinese border, and so okay, we consider Tibet, right? So according to from our perspective, we say Indo-Tibetan Border Police, and then SSB, which is Sahastra Seema Bal. It's the force that's guarding the border between India, Nepal, India, Bhutan, and also CRPF. This is the premier force that's going to deal with the Maoist insurgency or even insurgency in the northeast India, and then CISF, that is going to guard the important installments of the government, like maybe nuclear reactors or like any important installments, industries like that. And also they also have the duty of during elections they have to give proper security to various polling booths and all. And also when it comes to securities, Z plus security, VIP security and all, then also they have been called. So it's a very versatile force that deals with various kind of threats that our internal security threat that our country is facing.
So CAPF is an examination conducted by UPSC. So UPSC conducts various examinations. In that, CAPF is also a wing of it. So UPSC, see this is a very quick hack for every UPSC aspirant who is not able to clear his prelims or clear his examination. He would really opt to CAPF because CAPF is a very easier examination. I'll tell you why.
And because also CAPF syllabus is like you take the GS of the civil services exam and you just squash it, like sip it. Then that is a CAPF syllabus. It's almost the same.
Yeah. So you will have the objective type examination, that is MCQs of same 100 questions, and then you will have here passage writing, essays, and these are the categories I'm telling. So in brief, Prezi writing, and writing the excerpts from the passage is also included here, plus the little grammar of English grammar. So when compared to our UPSC mains of having 7 papers to write in a row, don't you feel that completing paper 1 and paper 2 in a single day would fetch you to become an assistant commandant, and after clearing your physical, anyhow physical will be easier is what we feel. So if you clear the physical, then you can go to the interview. Interview is passed, and it is a very lesser duration when compared to UPSC, IAS examinations also. That is why CAPF is a best hack and a quick hack for UPSC aspirants who are already into the preparations but who wants to enter also. CAPF is a good option. So this is paper 1 and paper 2, and then you'll have the PT, that is the physical test, and then it moves on to interview.
So I wouldn't actually agree with the point that physical test is going to be that much easy, because actually you are supposed to practice whatever. Whenever I have asked to the experts, they have said you have to practice before at least 2 months, because the running is required, and also if you are not a physically active person, you have to take at least 10 push-ups, pull-ups. So these kind of a little bit of physical strength and stamina is required in order to crack the physical test, and certain height requirements are also there.
Yeah, but what I feel is if I write the examination, physical test is also okay for me, is what I feel. So yes, so clearing physical test, we would go to the interview. Interview will be same like UPSC. They would be asking the ongoing topics only for the CAPF. So CAPF is a very good opportunity when you start preparing for your UPSC as well. Then, yes.
Next one is CDS.
That is also conducted by UPSC itself.
Yes. So Combined Defence Service. So it is actually a short service commission. Like once you get into this, you will serve the country for at least 15 years, 10 to 15 years. It's 10 years, then I think you can ask for an extension and work for again 5 years. So once you crack this exam, the position that you are going to get is to be an officer. Like in the army example, you're going to be a lieutenant, or in the navy it's sub-lieutenant, and in the Indian Air Force it's flying officer. So this is the kind of post that you're going to get. You're going to lead a lot of men.
Yeah, so CDS is a combined defense services, and it is also same like this. MCQ type questions will be there, and passing this MCQs you'll have a physical test and then interview. The same process repeats here also, and you have another examination conducted by UPSC, that is National Defence Academy.
Yes. National Defence Academy, NDA is for those people who have passed the +2, right? Yeah. So there is also an age gap, like I think until 21 years of age.
21 years, and right. You can apply until only 23 to 21 of age bracket. But it is only meant for males. So in the CDS also you'll have an opportunity.
Yes, actually in CDS there is two options, IMA and OTA. So IMA is a different training school that's located, and then you have OTA, which is located in Chennai. So what happens is in OTA, women officers can also be selected. So IMA is only for the male candidates, and it will be more technical kind of education will also be given there. But in OTA, it is women candidates are also allowed.
So recently you might have seen the Republic Day march of where Shargil talking so loudly and being a OTA officer. So she is also from that OTA Chennai itself. So it is all because of these examinations only. So they have all practice examination, and then they are coming out as an officer. So CDS is the best option for your defense goals.
And even like after cracking the CDS exam, the SSB interview process is considered to be tough. So yes. You have to prepare for the interview process too. That's very important.
Yeah. Then yes, this is a very popular thing which you all will be thinking about. That is our state public service commissions. What is this examination, and why state public services examinations are conducted so rigorously? But in some states it's very the examinations are not happening.
Yeah, and it gets delayed. The result and everything gets very delayed.
Very delayed, and you'll have some queries also. If someone put the case on them, then the examination is gone. Yes. So there is some uncertainties in this examination. But if you pursue that. What are the abilities we are
like? Once you pursue the state public service commission exams, you're going to get posted as in state service. You're going to get posted as Tahsildar, Deputy Superintendent of Police, DSP, or Assistant Labour Commissioner, or Assistant Commissioner in Income Tax, Revenue Departments. So this is basically like state civil services. Okay, so it's not like IAS or IPS civil service exam where you can be serving the state governments in all over India. Or you can be serving the central government. This is only for that particular state. You're not going to go and work outside the states much.
Yeah. For example, I'll give you some of the example. UPPSC.
Yes, and
KPSC. So Karnataka State Public Service Commission, Kerala Public Service Commission, and UP Public Service Commission. So you're accredited for that state itself, And the examination is very similar to UPSC because you'll have the prelims part, the mains part, and the interview. So I hope in all the status it is of the same thing, right?
Yes. I think only difference is that you will have to learn more about that state also a little bit.
Yeah. That is also included. So what is the difference between UPSC and the state services is that they will more incline towards the state's current affairs and state's geography, history, and the economy which is happening in the state, and the economic surveys of that state should also be read. So this is the only thing which is different from UPSC preparation and the state service preparation. And here also the examination pattern is of 3 phases also, but the positions are different. You'll be a Tahsildar, you'll be a assistant commandant in different departments, sugar department. So different departments will take you up as a higher level officer when compared to Group B and Group C.
Yeah, you'll be a Group A officer,
Group
right?
A
Yeah,
officer.
you'll be a gazetted
officer. So that is the highest status which you get from state PSS. That is why it is considered equal to a
civil services.
All India Services Commission.
But the problem that I would again like to speak is that we cannot expect these exams to be always being conducted regularly, or even if it is conducted, the results get delayed a lot. But this does not happen with UPSC. UPSC will definitely conduct the exam no matter what. I mean, even during the pandemic situation, you have seen they will extend the date, and once the situation is like a little bit settled, they will conduct the exam. So there is a certainty when it comes to UPSC exams, especially UPSC Civil Services exam. But in state PSC, you cannot really depend on it. You cannot really expect
and sometimes if there is some difficulties like COVID-19, there are chances they can cancel the examinations.
Yes.
For that auxiliary year, they can cancel the examinations. But that doesn't happen in UPSC.
Yes.
No cancellation, but it will be delayed, but it will surely be conducted. So then, yes.
This is another option that you can opt for, AFCAT. So once you write AFCAT, what you're going to become? This exam you're going to become a flying branch officer. You could be a pilot, and you could do also ground duty. Now ground duty you could be in the non-technical aspect, and you can also be on the technical ground too. So that depends upon your choice.
So if you are an engineer and opting to be a pilot or a flying officer, then AFCAT is a good examination where you can access your technical knowledge and
up to 25 years you can write this exam too.
Yes. So AFCAT is a good examination for technical and non-technical people as well, and it is conducted by Indian Air Force Services. So as we told, technical options, so you have to be ready with your EC, CS, and then mechanical, civil. So all these branches would be conducting the technical examination. Is basically your 4 years of knowledge will be condensed to a single paper, that is AFCAT, and it is little bit tough, and it's of GRE level also. So I suggest to people to study more on your technical subjects to opt for AFCAT. So I guess this is the end of our explanation.
Yes. So that's all the kind of opportunities that you have once you graduate. So this is what we have prepared for you. So if you just look at it, I mean, the best is definitely the toughest, right? Like in the past video, we have shown you how prestigious civil services is. Now nothing can match that service. Nothing can actually be up to that level, right?
Yes. So what I tell is we have all such kind of opportunities to take after graduation only, and this is a very higher level. So we have 10 plus level and 10th grade level examinations and works also. For example, FDA is like the assistant department, an assistant in a department. So you'll have all such examination, but we have choose the topic where a graduate and a higher level status. Group B, Group C gives a higher status to you after the graduation. So we want you to understand the level which we are telling you. Once you finish your graduation, you have so much of amenities, so much of opportunity, enormous opportunities. And civil services is a very bigger opportunity when compared to all this AFCAT could be or CDS. So that is how civil service becomes a standout, or what do you say, that it is a very different when compared to other services. So this was the career guidance which we wanted to give you, the knowledge which we wanted to share with you. And if you start your preparation for UPSC from now after your graduation, I bet you that it will not give you wrong results, because you would be a knowledgeable person, you would transform your character, you would be a good citizen to India as well.
You will see a lot of changes in yourself once you start preparing for this exam. Even your personality, your character, everything will transform over time.
Yeah, as Abhiraj told in the previous video, if we aim for a star, at least we would reach the moon. So if you aim for UPSC, at least we believe that you could land up in somewhere, CAPF or in some CDS or anywhere. So we want you to pursue such courses such that your career is made and your future is going on well.
Yes. The thing is that you should always aim for the best. Right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that is how. So this is how we have planned, and I hope we have given so much of information such that you will be able to choose the career path which you want. And for such more interesting videos, you can
subscribe to our YouTube channel, and you can also join our Telegram channel where we constantly post all the updates, our blog articles, our infographics, every links, our daily cues, our main answer writing practice, every links we post in our Telegram channel. You can join it. We are also very active on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and other social media applications. And you can also visit our website where you will get access to the kind of materials, the course structure, everything that we provide.
And so if you have made any choice of your career, please comment down in the description, and we have given so much of description in our description box also. You can comment and tell us what you want to choose, and let's see what results we'll get out of it. And we make sure that UPSC Civil Services should be or could be your bigger dream when compared to other examinations.
And if you want any kind of guidance or any kind of advices when it comes to choosing your career option that's even related to government exams or UPSC, you can definitely call upon us.
Yeah, you can call upon us number 9611321616. So if you call this number directly, you would be getting the free counseling for your career guidance, and it's full of free. You don't have to pay or anything. We would be there to guide you everything regarding your career. And thank you so much for watching our videos.